Centro de Infraestructura Global desde Palacio Nacional. Él nos habló del principal objetivo de que este foro se realice en México.
An entity that was set up by the G20 in 2014, and the aim of the hub is to help increase the availability of financeable, high-quality infrastructure projects around the world. And the G20 were keen to make sure that information about high-quality infrastructure projects was made available.
Cuestioné al CEO del Centro de Infraestructura Global sobre cómo se encuentra México en términos de infraestructura en comparación con otros mercados emergentes.
If you look at Mexico and the quality of infrastructure existing in Mexico, then it is well above the average for emerging markets and also within the region. So it has already got quite good quality of infrastructure. What's most impressive about Mexico is the way that it has been looking at the efficiency and transparency of its procurement processes. And that improvement in transparency is giving rise to some really decent improvements in the amount of infrastructure being created. So it's a real success story in that area.
También hablamos de los retos que enfrenta México para atraer inversión extranjera. Escuchemos.
I think the challenges for Mexico are that cities like Mexico City, and this is a challenge, by the way, which is quite common in large cities. The challenge is making a city like Mexico City work well and work efficiently. And so urbanization is good, a level of availability of infrastructure is good.
Además, hablamos sobre la corrupción como un freno para la inversión y el desarrollo de infraestructura.
Well, we've done a piece of work recently called InfraCompass, which looks at 49 countries and assesses what makes a good investment environment. And the number one driver of success in creating infrastructure is to do with the rule of law, transparency in procurement, and the regulatory and competitive environments. And the news for Mexico on this front is quite good, in that you are above average in terms of the legal frameworks and transparency, and in fact your regulatory and competitive markets are really quite strong. So the overall picture is good, but one can never relax. Corruption is a cancer which lowers productivity and steals the benefits of infrastructure away through the increased cost of creating that infrastructure. We see corruption everywhere, and the best way to deal with it is by having really transparent and open bidding processes for infrastructure and making sure that decisions that are made are publicized.
De las reformas estructurales como un motor para el desarrollo. Así que finalmente le pregunté que cómo ve la implementación de las mismas en nuestro país.
I think the key point to any reform is that it continues on beyond the life of a government. And in Mexico here you have quite a long term of government in that is 6 years. In Australia it's only 3, for instance. And that's helpful in making these long-term decisions. But in reality, what is going to be most helpful for potential investors coming into Mexico is seeing the very positive reforms that have happened during this administration carried on into the next.
Lisa Bichidi, directora del programa de Industria